Hello and welcome everybody to another Destiny podcast, sorry about the slight delay. Fucking Discord is my bane of existence. Oh look, it's still fucked up.
What? No, it's fine.
No, it looks fine.
Your webcam's a little bit off Starlight.
What if I do this? If I do this,
No, I think that usually works. Audio friendly right off the bat, everyone. We're playing with how our
my voice.
I'm talking. It's about me right now.
Okay, we're just gonna pretend that like none of that happened. All right. Hey, welcome to another Destiny. Oh, fuck me.
I love.
Well,
just
thanks
for context,
thanks for coming by, folks.
Just for context, before all of this happens, Newt's just like, guys, I wrote an intro.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. We're gonna be so professional. Newt's
the problem is, I also have to read it because I didn't memorize it. But it's fairly, it's kind of clever, so I kind of want to go through it anyways.
You know what?
Oh, okay.
All right, so pretending. I mean, Spotify listeners aren't going to know that any of this happened, so we're gonna.
You're just gonna cut it.
One.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Okay.
This is important.
And quiet pause.
What?
Hello and welcome to another Destiny podcast, We are currently broadcasting to Guardians all over the last city. Our broadcast to IO has been cut off for some unknown reason, but I'm sure it's nothing. Anyways, I'm your host, ADP Newt. As per usual, I am joined once again by the previous man in chat, Starlight Falcon, as well as our resident lore mind, ADP Colossus or Cole.
Let's go punch a pyramid!
How you guys doing?
I'm ready to punch a pyramid. That's how I'm doing.
Oh, that's good.
I've actually been taking like a little bit of time off from Destiny, so apparently some things happened that I need to know about.
Yeah, I think like there was some new shaders released. I think, right? That was the big news.
Rahul always has been my favorite vendor at the tower. Like, really, just he's essential for when I need to go to him and exchange old shaders for a minuscule amount of glimmer.
Yeah, and actually, I believe every vendor in the tower has been replaced by Rahul now. Every vendor is just Rahul.
Which I'm actually kind of on the fence about, because obviously Ikora has played such a huge role as a tower vendor for such a long time.
Yeah.
That like they've just gotten rid of her now, and that's not cool. She's essential.
Damn it, didn't work.
But seriously, everything's happened. Like everything.
Fucking everything.
Like I've titled the stream, what is it? Something like "Holy shit, I love Bungie." Yeah. I think is the name of it, because that's how everybody's feeling right now. Obviously, everybody's pretty hyped at the moment at the start of the season.
The toxicity level in the Destiny-related subreddits has just tanked.
Oh
in the last, week and a half.
Yeah, I hope everybody sold their stocks in the Destiny toxic, or Destiny the game toxic posts. Invested in the
wholesome
hype wholesome posts. So how should we do you want to go? Okay, why don't we first of all start off with this week. Cole.
Yeah.
How's your week been?
Well, how's my week been? I've been playing so much Destiny. It's actually getting to be a bit unhealthy right now. God damn.
Yeah, but what level are you at?
My current power level is 10.
No. The important level.
Oh, important level, right? I'm just on the verge of 19 right now.
Nice.
So, yeah, I'll be able to buy booze in Canada soon.
Sorry, which level is that?
The season pass level.
Season pass level.
Yeah, season pass level 19, and my power level is capped out at 1022 if I want to ruin my aesthetic.
Damn. Yeah. I think that's better than me.
I have been going nuts with it. I've been trying to explore as much as I can with what they've provided so far. And like as far as lore goes and all, like the story, like Newt said, everything has happened. We've got a darkness ship on Io. The darkness is all obviously in our system already. They fucked Rasputin up by flipping a switch.
Yeah.
My main man.
Not everything has been done perfectly.
Rasputin's just like, this is getting hard. I'm gonna take a nap.
No, I think I I think I might be in the minority where I say that I kind of like the twist that they did with that, where it's like we spent this entire season building Rasputin up above and beyond what he was in the first collapse, and the darkness comes along, and goes, "Oh, you again," and they just turn him off. It's like,
Yeah, I think it's just the problem with it is that like there's no impact in terms of the Destiny world. Like you go to Anna and she's still like, "Hey Guardian, how's it going? Hey, got some bounties for you." Like she's not saying like anything about it, right? Like
she's not just running around in circles screaming.
yeah, like
Well,
I'm not expecting to be like to give her a bunch of new quests that you have to go on, but it'd be nice if she was like kind of like, I don't know what to do. I need to do research. Come back to me when I have more information.
Okay.
But that's a very
all
small
all the
issue.
missions,
A very
all the
small
missions-
issue.
I
all
gotta
the
say that,
missions are just puns. It's like, have you tried turning him off and on again?
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
no, the darkness already tried that.
yeah.
But sorry, you continue with your week.
No, yeah, that's pretty much been it, really. Slowly getting back into work. That's yeah. I'm just so excited to talk about Destiny this week, boys. That's all I
Yeah.
gotta say. Starlight, how's your week been?
For me, I've been it's Mama Starlight's birthday today, so happy birthday to
Oh.
Mama Starlight.
Happy birthday, Mama Starlight. That's awesome.
So Lady Colossus and Puppy Colossus and I went up to
What?
Lady Starlight and Puppy Starlight.
It's like,
It's
excuse me?
weird when we're using pseudonyms, you know.
It gets a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie.
So Lady Starlight and Puppy Starlight and I went up to my hometown to visit and stuff. We had like, my brother-in-law made stuffed sous vide burgers with like three different it's like lean, whole, lean, like fatty and pork.
Lean, whole, and lean.
Lean, whole, lean, just all these different types of meat, and it was delicious. We had stuffed like mozzarella and caramelized onion burgers. It was I was all about that. It was so good.
This stream is not vegetarianism friendly.
Yeah, no. The stream is we eat meat.
Who cares?
You know, it's okay. We'll just give all the cows ghosts, and then they can come back after we in their bodies.
Fuck, that's amazing.
Yeah. So
I don't know if that sounds or deeply worsens the
Dude,
CO2.
how
right?
fucking good of a story would that be if in Destiny there's like some ghost that was like, I just found my guardian and it's a fucking earthworm? Like why? I would love for there to be like a story about an earthworm that's like imbued with the light of the traveler.
An earthworm
Suddenly
that has
Earthworm
ability.
keeps getting
Yeah.
Earthworm keeps getting stepped on, and suddenly it's just like, I've had enough golden gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bad.
It just Stormcaller laser beams us like from the ground. Like, oh, what's that? I'm just gonna
Like classic shoop to whoop style. Just, I'm a fire.
exactly.
Bungie, please make that happen.
Just
So that,
earthworm. Go,
that we've also started looking at potentially expanding our little pack of 3 to a pack of 4, not in the form of a baby Starlight, in the form of a second puppy Starlight.
Yeah.
So maybe potentially second puppy Starlight coming soon to a webcam near you.
That's
But not yet. We're taking it slow. I have not been playing a ton of Destiny. I've been busy with other things in life, and I usually take a break once the Starlight grind is complete for a season.
Yeah.
That being said, I did immediately hop in and like play a little bit the following day, just because I decided, you know what, I should finish Shadowkeep. So
yeah, damn straight.
still not done that. Oh no,
Fuck's
wait,
sake.
where am I? Am I? I think I am. I might be done Shadowkeep. I talked to myself.
Yeah, you're done Shadowkeep.
Okay, I'm done Shadowkeep because I talked to me.
Yeah.
Other me's a douche. I'm not a fan of other me.
Yeah.
So yeah, just talk to it's also weird seeing like another EXO face that I'm just like, hey, it's just the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You would not believe the amount of Spider-Man memes that came out when everybody first finished it. They were just like, yeah.
Well, it's great. It's great too because I didn't feel like that was spoiled for me, even though I saw those memes, because everyone had like their own Guardian look, right?
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like for me, I was just like, this makes no sense to me. Okay. but yeah, so I'm up to level 9 on the season pass. It just happened randomly from me completing a bunch of quests.
Yeah.
I'm only like, I think I'm like late level, like, or power level like 1003 or something, because I have like,
Okay.
well, all of my stuff, I hadn't been grinding pinnacle gear because I'd just been doing bounties, right, for most of season 10.
Yeah.
So so my gear was all, I was super proud of my gear that I like finally got it to drop at like 998, 999. And I was just like, yeah. And then I get to the new season and it's just like blue drops at
Yes.
1,000 default. And I'm like, okay, fine. So, and also because I had to use all of my resources to get Glimmer so I could get more bounties, I did not have enough resources to get a bunch of enhancement cores. So I'm out of enhancement cores, and or the not the cores. The cores are the yellow thing. What are the QB things?
upgrade.
Oh no, the prisms. The prisms make the cores and then upgrade modules. Yeah, I don't have. I'm out of enhancement cores, and I'm out of upgrade modules
So
because I
basically,
needed all of those
so
to.
Starlight, if we could summarize it, it would just be, I'm never going to financially recover from this.
Yes, I'm never gonna financially recover from this. That being said, I have a ton of Glimmer now, so hey.
Hey, perfect. There you go.
Yeah, but other than that, excuse me. Just as of today, the most gonna take that receipt and put that away. We have completed our RGB collection. Yay, RGB. RGB.
Oh, right. Sorry. RGB. Yay.
Yay. Hey, you can't
my God.
even, man. You can't even. You're on the RGB train. We've talked about this.
True.
If Cole ever tries to say anything other than he's on the RGB train, he's a liar, because I
Guys,
have
don't worry.
tests.
I'm on the RGB train. I'm about it.
You're only
Hey.
about the red RGB though. And hey,
Red and
dude,
black.
so
Yeah.
red and black. But black RGB doesn't exist, my friend. Which is, weird. Anyway, Newt, what about my boy? How you been? What you been up
How's
to?
my week been? Well,
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the start of it was pretty friggin' exciting. With the whole reveal, if you don't realize what I'm talking about. And then I played about 8 hours straight of Destiny the first day. Then I played a little bit the second day, and then at that point, Lady Newt finished her work stint, so she's been off. So I've been spending time with her. So I haven't played as much. Don't remember what my season pass level is, and I can't figure out how to find out like on my Destiny 2 app or anything. But I think I get up to like on my hunter right now it's 1019. I think I can get a little bit higher than that, but that's where my light level is.
Yeah.
Oh wait, season. Oh, rank 17.
Hey,
I found it.
Oh wow. Okay, so
We're all-
you and I are pretty close then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all making there. Yeah.
But yeah, I've been a little bit lazy the past couple days. Just been taking a little bit of time off. I haven't gotten around to uploading our. Cole and I did like a reaction to the reveal, and then did a discussion on it right after. I haven't got around to uploading that yet, but I'll do that tonight once I'm uploading this as well. And
Nice.
I'll get back on the Destiny train. I think tonight will be the night.
Choo-choo.
Yeah, been doing a bit of streaming, and then that's about it. All right. Well, I figure we probably want to talk about the reveal. Maybe not as in depth as what we did right after we watched it, but we'll definitely want to touch on it. So I figure we can hop right into the TWAB.
I said we blitz through the TWAB as quick as possible, and then we can get to the good stuff.
Yeah, especially because Starlight doesn't have a whole ton of time. So
yeah, there's been some call outs, so I got to work at 6 a.m. So
yeah.
Also potentially, if I disappear in 16 minutes and 54 seconds, but who's counting? It's because I need to put my uniform in the dryer. So
Fair enough.
I'll be back.
I'll
be sure to mute myself before I run off.
Harry Peppers in the chat says he's super excited for the season. The reveal gave me goosebumps. Yeah, there was a lot of moments in that was like jaw dropping.
Yeah. What's up, Harry? What's up, man?
And I'll say this right now. because it kind of has to do with that.
Shut up, Starlight.
The music for the Prophecy Dungeon
was
was
so
good, and I've been listening to the album, and honestly, I think Bungie should just sign that artist to a contract, because like every single song that is on that album is like, I could see this so well fitting into Destiny. Like it could fit here, it could fit here, like everything, like it just feels so Destiny. Anyways,
straight up tens the entire way through.
It's really good, actually. It's a really, really good album.
Awesome.
Okay, but thanks for joining us, Harry Peppers, and the three of us will see you on the other side in the TWAB. It's so stupid. I love it. Alrighty, this week at Bungie, we launched a whole bunch. For the 11th, we launched a whole bunch of missiles. It's been an action-packed week. Over the weekend, we watched as Rasputin sent literal ordnance into the sky to take down the Almighty. This is their first live in-game event, so that's pretty freaking cool. Obviously, they had some issues, but considering it was their first attempt at it, you should look at this more as a learning opportunity, than a full-on live event. So they're gonna learn a lot of lessons from it and improve the next one going forwards. So this is a pretty exciting. It's kind of unfortunate because the TWAB has a lot going on in it as well. So, well, actually, but a lot of this is touched on in the reveal as well. So actually, I'll leave this for now, and we can talk about it when we go through the reveals discussion. But so Bungie is going to be introducing something called the Destiny Content Vault, or the DCV. What this is going to do is it's going to cycle in and out content, current content, and also past content, and it just lets them keep less in the game, because it's already like approaching 150 gigs on PlayStation if you own everything. So it's like, it's a big ass game. So they're trying to keep the content that's in the game worthwhile, and cycling out content that nobody really plays right now. Also, the Pyramid ships have begun to arrive on Io, and Eris is hard at work trying to decipher their intentions, which we are going to be helping her with throughout this season.
Panicked screaming. Just, ah!
There's also the brand new dungeon, which was released at 5 p.m. on the day of reset, so last Tuesday. I haven't played it yet, but the reveal was gorgeous, and it looks so cool. It has to do with the 9 too, which is really neat. I think that's a story that hasn't been touched on enough in this game.
Yeah, I know, because they tried with the Trials of the 9 way back in the day, and then the community just went and checked, no! Yeah. And then Bungie went, okay, and just vaulted everything.
Yeah. So it's nice to see that it's kind of coming back into the limelight. Okay, so this is where we get into the stuff that won't be covered during the reveal discussion, and this is pretty important stuff. So, we have made a few changes to Crucible matchmaking. Matchmaking based on player skill has been removed from all playlists except Elimination, Survival, and Survival Freelance. Trials of Osiris will continue to be matched based on the number of wins on your passage.
0, because I have yet to play Trials of Osiris.
Yeah,
we'll get you there, bud. Don't worry, we'll get you there, and we still won't win. It's fine.
We are doing this to respond to community feedback, shorten queue times for players, improve connection quality of matches, provide more places where the outcome of the match isn't as important as enjoying the experience, play into the strengths of Crucible being a bombastic, frenetic action game. The pursuit of glory points in survival and attempting to go flawless in Trials of Osiris will allow those playlists to reinforce that the outcome of matches are important and keep the stakes high. We want the rest of Crucible to be a more relaxed experience for people to just enjoy the Destiny multiplayer sandbox.
Funny you mentioned that, actually.
So that's really good news, I think, and most people tend to agree that this is a good step, or a step in the right direction.
Absolutely.
I'm not really sure why skill-based matchmaking was ever on in the basic non-glory playlists. Like, obviously it should be, glory is in competitive, right?
Glory is competitive.
Yes, Valor is
Valor. Yeah, so Valor, I don't know why Valor ever had skill-based matchmaking. It should have just been in glory.
Did it?
Sorry?
Yeah, I guess it did.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you mentioned like they want the Crucible to get back to what it was already. Maybe this is just like me, like I call it a confirmation bias. I'm probably wrong in that term there. But I was actually in the Crucible today just grinding out some bounties, and it was fucking fun, man.
Yeah,
Like I was just in control, and there was no pressure in the slides. Like, yeah, people were using auto rifles, but I didn't see like 6 hard lights and 6 revokers. I saw a bunch of stuff being used, and the main thing that was being used
well, I think
is is the new Wither Horde grenade launcher.
yeah.
Holy fuck!
I think
Yep.
I think for the three of us, like we're very middle of the road level Crucible players, maybe slightly above average. So for us, we don't really have any of these issues. But for the lower end people, the reason skill base was bad is because they were never learning. They weren't they you have to go up against players that are better than you to learn from them to improve your own skill. So people at the very low end weren't learning, new tactics and everything. And the people at the high end of the spectrum were just having to wait so fucking long to get into leggy matches against people that were just as sweaty as they were, and every match just became basically competitive.
Yeah.
I mean, don't even start to mention like the error codes and everything with trials, but that's a horse that's been beaten to death already.
Yeah.
I really hope that for this season they can, and the upcoming year, that they can fix trials.
All right. The Destiny dev team has a quick update on a change we are making to the Dredgen title. So, as you may have read, we made some changes to our loot pool. As a result, a few of the legendary weapons in the Playing for Keeps collection badge will no longer have a reward source in the game. So that's because, like I said earlier, they're starting to cycle in and out content. So sometimes at certain points, certain weapons will no longer be available. So while we strongly believe that gear collection is a critical part of what it means to earn and wear a title, we're going to remove the Playing for Keeps badge from the Dredgen title requirements in an update next week. This is because the Reckoning is going away, I think.
Right. Yeah.
Which means I might have Dredgen.
I think I think that might be my Dredgen as well, because I'm actually going to look this up right now on Bungie.net.
Because I think I had all the other ones because they were like fairly doable, and then getting all the armor was just such a fucking grind.
Well, what's the Playing for Keeps one? Is that the one where you have to collect every single weapon and every single kind of armor?
I don't know for sure. I should probably double check that. Or if you guys want to double check that.
Yeah, I'm on it.
While not trivial, the badge didn't represent the challenging portions of earning the title. We feel that removing this requirement doesn't reduce the meaning of wearing Dredgen.
We're going to see a bunch of people pop up with Dredgen in the next little bit, guaranteed.
So basically, because some content is going away that is going to make it impossible to receive that title, they're just removing that as a requirement from receiving the Dredgen title. We have a new item in the Bungie store. Players complete Prophecy will unlock an Emissary of the Nine hoodie that can be purchased. It looks okay.
I like that.
It's based on the like what the 9 wear though, right? Like obviously from that banner.
The 9 just have really hip streetwear.
Yeah. I mean, it's I don't know. I don't think it's my favorite. I like the flashier stuff out of the Bungie store, but obviously this is going to be appealing to someone, I'm sure.
I was even a big fan of the flannel, the Fourth Horseman flannel. That seemed really cool to me.
Fourth Horseman flannel. I don't think I saw that.
If you get the flannel, you unlock like the discount code for the Fourth Horseman flannel.
Oh, hey, Drawing Mountains in chat. Hello.
Hey, Mountains in the chat.
Also, like Harry Pepper's comment, Oprah's giving everyone Dredgens. You get a Dredgen. You get a Dredgen.
Everybody gets a Dredgen.
I
like how all three of us just immediately started doing that.
The Drifter's just sitting there like, God damn it, I wanted this to be a quiet operation.
Yeah.
Teabag in front of Zavala, like, hey, Zavala, look what I got. Like, God damn it.
Okay. I didn't really look at this. Building a viable future for... Okay, this is big. So I'm going to hope that most of this is covered in what we're going to talk about later. Upcoming resolved issues, if there's anything important in here. Sprint will so on controllers, sprint will cancel if players press the sprint action again. So that will be resolved in the next hotfix. They don't give a date of when that's coming out.
Real quick, playing for
Yes.
keeps is in fact, Jesus. Yeah, it's grabbing all of the weapons. It looks like weapons and it's not necessarily the Gambit armor. It's just the sorry, it's not the Gambit Prime armor. It's just the regular Gambit armor. So it's the weapons, the armor, the Antediluvian Sparrow, the Furtive Shell, Ghost Shell, the Drift Apart Ship, the Play and the Odds badge, Malfeasance, obviously, Gambit Chrome shader,
Okay.
and yeah, that's about it. So it's not that terrible. The only thing I have left to get is the Furtive Shell, and unless I'm missing something on my hunter and the warlock that I don't actually have. Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. So this is just a heads up. Beyond Light is available for pre-order.
Yeah, actually, I ordered it. I didn't get my pre-order stuff.
Did you order it on Xbox?
I did. Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
So players who have purchased the Destiny 2 Beyond Light Deluxe Edition pre-order bundle on Xbox will need to manually download both the Destiny 2 Beyond Light pre-order pack and the Destiny 2 Beyond Light exotic emote. From the Xbox dashboard, highlight the D2 image, select Manage Game and Add-ons, navigate to Ready to Install. Beyond Light pre-order pack and Beyond Light exotic emote should appear on those lists. Select Destiny 2 Beyond Light pre-order pack on the right, then select Install. So basically, you just have to go in, manage your game, and select those two things to be installed.
Got it.
Or
Okay.
one if you just bought the one.
Beauty. Thanks, Newt.
Well, thanks, Bungie. Okay. Not a whole... Oh, yeah, this is kind of funny. Current known issues. Dying to environmental hazards or the architects will sometimes show a recommended power level of 188094720.
Yeah.
I think they should just leave that in.
Yeah. That's just the recommended power level of 2020.
Yeah.
That's the recommended power level for surviving this year.
I think that's pretty
That's about right.
Pretty fair. Okay. I wish I'd read through all these before because I might have taken some notes on them as well. But
well, I actually encountered a bug today that I'm not entirely sure Bungie's aware of.
Uh-huh.
Now, I haven't completely tested on all of my sparrows, but when I was using my sparrow, zooming along, and like I compress right, you know how you compress your bumpers to dodge back and forth?
Yeah.
I press my left bumper, and my guardian immediately hops off.
Right.
It's so fucking annoying.
Because jump. Because you use bumper jumper, right?
I do, yeah.
So because when you're not on your sparrow, that's jump.
That's jump, yeah, but it's never been an issue before.
Yeah, season. I know. It's just something must have gone wrong in the coding. Whoops. Uh-oh.
Zoinks.
All right. Well,
fuck.
I don't think we did a fair amount of time to the TWAB, but that's because we just got to get into the next part. I think the biggest thing to take away from this is the removal of skill-based matchmaking. I think that's so great.
That is pretty cool, actually. Yeah. So,
all right, back on to the other screen.
So put it in layman's terms for people that don't understand, because I totally do. When you say the removal of skill-based matchmaking in Valor ranked matchmaking,
it means that you'll actually be able to play with people. Because they'll let people without skill play in the Crucible.
I still don't really understand. Like isn't that how it was before?
No.
For some reason, I'm just missing like the main point.
I think maybe in the beginning of D2 or back in D1 that wasn't a thing, but now basically I don't think it's exactly like your KD ratio that they use to decide who you match up against, but let's just use that as an example. So basically it's like, hey, this person has a KD of 1.0. Hey, we're going to put them in a match with a bunch of people with 1.0.
Right.
Someone has a KD of 0.49. Okay, we're going to put them in a match all the time with people about 0.5 KD. Okay. So now what it's going to be is like, it's just going to be a huge mixing pot. Like sometimes there's going to be people with like a 0.5 KD going up against a 2.0 KD average.
Okay. Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
sometimes it's not, and it's just gonna be a big learning experience for everyone, basically.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine. I mean,
Yeah,
that's how Halo always was. So
yeah. I it's so weird that like companies introduce SBMM, and that always tends to kill a lot of the game.
yeah,
Like that's a big problem with Fortnite right now. Is like the
who
vast
plays
majority
that
of
shit
people that
anymore?
play it are just ending up in the sweaty. Like every lobby is just like it's the fucking Olympics, basically. So
That actually sounds so shitty.
yeah. Okay. So I have a bunch of notes here that so just before the podcast I went through and I watched the reveal again and I watched Dr. Lupo's interview of Luke Smith, and I made a bunch of notes. So do you guys want me to kind of read through them and we can all like any point that you see that you want to delve into more we can go over, and then if there's anything that I missed that you want to bring up we can also talk about that,
Sure.
but we can
Yeah.
use this as like a diving board.
I like that he's asking us if it's okay, but he's just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. So
I do
For
have all
sure.
the power
And
on
this
this
is
podcast.
and this is a fantastic idea, and I really look forward to listening to all of it. Okay, I have to leave now to go and change
Oh
my laundry.
no.
oh no, a
Okay.
distraction.
30 seconds,
Oh,
but
I
you
see.
know.
Okay.
Hey, what's that over there?
Well, is there something else that? Why don't we?
Boy, it just got real quiet in here, didn't it?
I'm just gonna go back to the TWAB page.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just gonna play the Prophecy Dungeon trailer because I want to watch it.
What?
Basically, that's the reason why.
God damn it. All right, let's do this.
Okay.
So for any of those of you who are listening and want to follow along, you can mute us for now and look up the Destiny 2 Prophecy Dungeon reveal trailer.
It's 1 minute and 22 seconds. So come back
Yeah.
in about 1 minute 30 and we'll be back to talk.
Yeah.
Okay. And
It's really good.
play.
I mean, this is the worst part. I'm just gonna be sitting here and fine. I'll watch it too. Fine.
You can watch the stream and it'll be back a little bit late. Oh, God. Like Pink Floyd meets Rainbow Road.
True. Oh my god, that's a great description.
If anybody's curious, just gonna find out the name of the artist because I don't remember it off the top of my head yet.
Drawing Mountains throwing you some support in the chat.
Kings and Creatures.
God, it's such a good trailer. Holy
Yeah.
fuck. Oh my god.
Neat that it's Dado armor as well. Dido.
I know, right? Yeah, they're actually bringing Dado Foundry back into play,
Yeah.
and the armor itself looks so good.
Yeah.
Like I've been
sorry?
waiting for this like chunky yet angularly sleek armor for Titans for a while now, and it's just
Yeah, I definitely
Oh.
think Titans have been the most lacking in armor, except for the Vex armor from Season of Dawn.
that was some really
Those
good
ones
shit.
are really cool, but
Yeah. I mean, I can't exactly say that Titans have been lacking in armor recently because we do have a track record of having really good armor. I think honestly, I think they kind of knocked it out of the park with every single armor set for all three Titans, Hunters, and Warlocks this season. Like they all look solid.
yeah, I
They
think
all
so.
look like utility. Well, some of the Hunter armor does look kind of goofy, but actually, have you looked into the season's pass ornaments yet?
Don't think so.
So it's really cool. What they're doing is like this new seasonal armor that they released. It looks very like you're defending, like you're defending something. Like it's like very chunky armor, very like plate welded onto yourself.
Right.
But then the ornaments that you get like as you level up your season pass, it actually looks like they've welded additional stuff onto the base armor itself. So it's not a complete change from what it was before. It's actually like they're adding on to this armor.
Oh, I see. That's
It's
cool.
really cool.
It's like
yeah.
an evolution the armor.
Basically, yeah. The hunter cloak looks incredible. Like it's this really kind of like dark, ragged cloak. Like the cloak itself looks kind of
Yeah.
but when you get the ornament for it, like it has this gigantic like relay on his shoulder. It has this massive
Oh,
antenna that's actually all the
you
way
know what?
like
That
reaching
finally
down.
reminded me. Yeah,
Yeah,
I did briefly look at those. I didn't
yeah,
delve too deep, but yes, that reminded me of it. Anyways, I'm gonna assume that Starlight will be back soon enough, and I'll get
yeah.
started on the list here. So this is a quick overview of the Bungie reveal and the Dr. Lupo interview. If you want more in depth, definitely go check it out on the Destiny the Game YouTube and Dr. Lupo on YouTube. Okay, so the very first thing that really hits you hard is the Exo Stranger is back. The
Yes.
very first character other than yourself and the ghost that you see in the game when you are leaving the
Back in D1.
Cosmodrome on your ship.
Mm-hmm.
It is revealed, I think it's mentioned in the reveal, but also in the Dr. Lupo interview. Luke Smith says that she is not of light. She does not have the blessing of the traveler, or whatever you want to
I did
call it.
not know this. Really?
Yes. So that
That would make sense.
solidifies my thought, or doesn't solidify it. Yeah, it solidifies my theory that she's probably from an alternate dimension where the darkness won.
True. Similar to how Eris doesn't have her light. So here's my question, or like right off the bat, do you think that Elsie Bray, when she got transferred into the Exo body and then fucked around with Vex Tech, did she ever get a chance to become a Guardian, or did she like become a Guardian and become a Risen and lose her ghost somewhere along the way,
Yeah, I
or
don't
did she just
know.
never get the chance?
I guess. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
never mentioned. It's never actually mentioned.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to look into that more because that'll obviously affect my theory.
Mm-hmm.
It's also revealed, and it's kind of you would think so because she is not of light, that the little floating fish, quote unquote, that you see on her shoulders is not a ghost. He did say that there are thoughts brewing that maybe eventually we can purchase something that looks like that, an ornament or something like that for a ghost or whatever. But
Yeah.
that's not coming in Beyond Light.
No. Okay, it's actually cool that I like how upfront they're being with all of this.
Yeah,
Like they were so quiet right up until the release, and then they're just
so
giving us
much information.
everything that we could want right now.
Yeah. And he also said like I think he said we're probably gonna be able to like buy her sparrow as a ornament or something like that.
No, that's already confirmed. So if you
Pre-order?
if you pre-order, that was yeah, if you pre-order um what's
Yes.
the new expansion called?
Beyond Light?
Beyond Light. Thank you. I keep thinking Lightfall. If you pre-order Lightfall, if you pre-order Beyond Light, you get her Sparrow as a bonus. You also get all 4 seasons.
Yeah.
You get a couple of other things. Oh, you also get the No Time to Explain exotic pulse rifle with an ornament for it.
Right.
Which I'm not entirely happy that they put No Time to Explain into a pre-order bundle, but yeah.
Yeah.
What can you do? Like they got to make the money somehow. So
Yeah.
I don't know. And there's VC just for those listening at home. I made the motion of just
Yeah, okay. See, the problem is when you do it down in front of your mic, it looks like a very different motion.
Also that.
Okay. So moving along, we see the Exo Stranger, but we also see the Drifter.
Why that Exo is so thick?
The Drifter and Eris. Drifter, nothing super exciting about his reveal, except that he's there, obviously. But Eris is really showing off some darkness powers, like big time.
Who called it?
What's interesting about that is in the reveal, whenever you see her using those powers, a very old, I think it's the Cosmodrome or it might have been the tower, or just like the loading screen Destiny music starts playing. I'll look into it more, but there's like
Really?
it does not really fit the darkness theme. The
No,
music
it
that they
wouldn't.
play when she's using her powers.
Because she's actively trying to not fall to the darkness. Like it's made very obvious in multiple lore entries that she's taken on these darkness powers, but she's actively trying to not fall to it and use it
Yeah,
from a place of good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So I thought that was really
Mhm.
interesting and very
That's
cool touch that they
that's a
put in.
nice touch though. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that.
Um.
Also, welcome to another lore podcast, apparently.
Yeah. And we find out the reason that the three of them are there is because the stranger called the other two there to reveal to them the pyramid. And
Mhm.
obviously, there's more to it than that. I'm sure there's something within it that she wants
Yeah.
to show them, or something that it's doing.
Yeah, for those of you that missed it, there is actually a pyramid sunken in the ice on Europa.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it's much more active than the one on Luna. It's got like orange lines going
Mhm.
all over it, and it's opening up and stuff like that. It looks properly activated.
Well, why do you think that's the reason? Because I'm willing to bet the Elixni are better with tech than the Hive are. The Hive were just sitting there on the moon
Yeah, that's a
worshiping
good
this thing like
point.
SpongeBob, like up and down. But the Elixni, they're tech freaks, dude. Like look at what they did with Siva. If they could get
Yeah.
their hands on a darkness ship, who knows?
Um,
Sorry, I'm kind of going.
speaking of which, so it's also revealed Aramis is there. She is
Mhm.
she was a companion of Mithrax before they disagreed on the use of Siva, which is what led
Mhm.
to the whole heroic hour mission where Mithrax
0 hour.
0 hour, sorry,
Yep.
in which Mithrax brings us in to stop Aramis from accessing the Siva that was in our vault.
Hmm.
Um, so it's cool to
And from which you
see.
get the Outbreak Perfected Pulse Rifle.
Yes.
So
So
good.
if there, I'd be super down for more Mithrax story. That would be so awesome. Nice T-shirt, Starlight. Um,
Hey, boys.
I was just
Nice
like,
t-shirts, boys.
I'm doing laundry.
yeah,
This is 100% somewhere in my laundry pile.
yeah,
Just took me a second.
I like to imagine from off screen we just see shirts and shorts and underwear being like whipped in an arc.
yeah.
It's like
No,
from
that's only on
one side to the
Tuesdays.
Right,
Hmm.
right.
It's a very different stream.
other. Nice.
Another really big thing that is mentioned in the reveal and is really solidified in the interview is there is no plan for Destiny 3.
Yeah,
Obviously, things can
huge
change within a decade, but as of right now, Destiny 2 is Destiny.
This is
Yeah.
the World of Warcraft treatment, where
They-
we're focused on expanding the universe rather than
Yeah.
jumping.
Exactly. That's a really good way of putting it, actually. And I think I saw it was a tweet from, I can't remember, it was either Deej or Luke Smith or somebody, but they
Anyone else
said
getting clobbered? Anyone getting
uh,
clobbered today?
Oh,
Clobbered. No, I'm having a sophisticated glass of wine.
White
Might be a
Claw's
bottle.
sophisticated.
Hmm.
I've never had it before, but I've seen a lot of good stuff.
Fuck, can you imagine getting a White Claw sponsorship? This podcast will go downhill so quickly.
Ooh, mango.
ooh, oh, this sounds really good.
It tastes
Honestly,
like
the
mango
White
juice,
Claws,
man.
White
This is
Claws are pretty delicious. I'm not gonna lie. No, what was I saying though? Like one of the devs said, the number 2 is there to stay, but at its heart, this game is still Destiny.
Yeah,
Like
it
the
is
two
interesting.
is just, I like to, yeah.
I've always thought, it would kind of make sense for them to make a new one and try to get the code a bit better. But I guess maybe they're thinking,
Yeah.
shit, like this spaghetti mess of code is the best that we're gonna have. Like,
For a while. I mean, and honestly, the engine is still really good.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Telesto breaks Destiny, the universe.
yeah,
Move over Telesto. Friendship with game breaking Telesto over. Witherhoard is my new best
yeah,
friend.
yeah.
I've heard that there have been some issues.
Dude, start using it before they nerf it. It's so fun.
But what I'm really interested in is like if they're going to be focusing so much on cycling Destiny 1 content, are we going to get if they're cycling Destiny 1 content back into the game, are we going to start getting Destiny 1 like missions, like story shit, like or story shit?
Yeah,
Well,
so
it's possible
the
because they
Cosmodrome
already.
is coming back.
Yeah, I think Newt
So
and I are on the same page
the
here.
3 strikes he said that are in the
Exactly. Yeah.
Cosmodrome are coming back, and I don't know
Sepix is
about the
coming
rest of
back.
it. Yeah, Sepix will be back.
So what were those 3 strikes? It was Sepix.
Isn't it
Um,
Malak? No, not Malak. Sorry,
no,
where
Malak's on the
you
moon.
get Grasp of Malak from? You
Oh,
kill
oh shit.
the screamy,
That's
screamy person.
Omnigul.
Yeah,
Uh,
Omnigul. There's an Omnigul strike, and
Yeah,
I
so
don't
it's
remember what
Sepix,
the other one is.
Omnigul, and the Rasputin strike.
King's Watch, Devil's Lair, Devil's Spire.
I don't remember
Yeah, it is.
that one.
No, oh come on,
Exodus
man.
Light,
It's, with the giant
Exodus ship,
fucking
right?
what's it called? Shank.
Oh
The
yeah,
giant shank.
yeah.
Yeah,
I think that is in the Cosmodrome. Yeah, you're right.
it is. It's
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
100% the Cosmodrome, yeah.
yeah.
They
Harry
did it,
Peppers, bring back Vault of Glass
yeah.
drops. Yes,
Yes,
please.
yes, please. Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh yes.
That is
Vault of
actually
Glass, for the record, Harry, Vault of Glass is coming back. That's
yeah,
the first raid that they're bringing back,
yeah. That
which
is
means Venus.
something that because I've said before, part of the reason that people are so nervous about when Bungie says, "Hey, we're going to be removing this content from the game to make more room." People are always nervous, like, because so far they haven't really had a track record of replacing that content with stuff that's worthwhile.
Mm-hmm.
But like, we know Fatebringer.
Oh my
Vision
god,
of
Fatebringer is
Confluence.
so fucking good.
We know that the what's it called? The Vex, the auto rifle,
Vex,
the fusion rifle, auto rifle,
Vex Mythoclast.
Mythoclast. Like, we know those will be worth
I
it.
never actually got that in D1. I
No.
never got Mythoclast. I really want it.
Greatest loot pull ever. Yeah, it was really. So we know, like, I think that's something that will really help soothe everyone's fears. That, like, yes, there's gonna be stuff worthwhile.
Yeah. So
Hawkmoon. Oh fuck yeah, Hawkmoon was so good.
I forgot about Hawkmoon. Yeah. I just want to talk about how good Fatebringer is. Like, that is like one of the best hand cannons I've ever had. Like,
it feels so good.
It took my personal favorite hand cannon, the Imago Loop. I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this is perfection. And then it was like, oh, hello, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yoink.
Anyways, let's stop.
No,
we're getting dragged into the past.
Glass stuff.
Yeah, we're getting dragged into the
So
past here.
good.
So they've revealed
soon.
the next expansions are going to be Beyond Light, Witch Queen, and Lightfall is the working title of the third expansion, which is going to be the big climactic reveal or story point, whatever you want to call it.
The turning point seems to be the climax, like, of a lot of things, like that fall annotation.
Yeah, absolutely. And the picture of it with the pyramid piercing the traveler.
We're gonna get a third paracausal entity that's just like, it's a spike, and then we're gonna get the pyramid with the traveler and a spike, and then it's just it's the Harry Potter symbol.
It's the Deathly Hallows. Yeah.
Get that shit out of here. I don't want to talk. Actually, no. Honestly, Harry Potter is fantastic.
Less to do with specifically with upcoming content, but something that really affected people, or like really impacted everyone's opinions on the reveal. Actually, there was 2 things. I'm just gonna mention this now. Hopefully, we don't get too much off topic. But prior to the reveal, they had a screen that was just a bar counting down the 8 minutes that
8 minutes,
George
seconds.
Floyd suffered when he was pinned by the cop. Yeah, I can't remember the amount of seconds, but that was really powerful.
8 minutes 46 seconds.
My bad.
So 9 minutes basically. So that was really a lot of people were saying, like, you see the occasional troll that's like, I don't want that in my game, I just want good times. But like the majority of the Destiny community is like, thank you, Bungie, for doing that. That's it's such an important message, and that it's so nice to see them helping instead of just remaining silent on the topic.
And the devs are even, like, on Twitter, they've kind of been blowing up about this whole entire thing. Like,
DMG especially is like
that. DMG
so
is Deej,
outspoken.
Right?
No, DMG is a community leader.
Oh, got it. Yeah, okay.
I don't know his actual name.
DMG had this great tweet. I saw it earlier today. It was speaking out against it's like those who don't remember their past, or like, what was the quote?
those who
Some
forget their past are doomed to repeat it.
yeah, something along. Yeah, that's exactly what it was. And yeah, and he goes, "It's like we're not forgetting our past. We're actively speaking out against it." Like this whole tweet, and at the very end, he just said, "Fuck racism." It's like
Yeah.
nice.
Um,
But
but
anyway, yeah. So yeah,
yeah. So
racism bad, Destiny good.
yeah, another impactful thing that has to do with Destiny is Luke straight out coming out and be like, "Hey, we had a lot of FOMO and we made some poor decisions in terms of game design and where the story was going and everything, and that is on me." Like he straight up was just like, "You can
Really?
put that on me." Yeah.
Wow.
So he said they're removing or adjusting the FOMO. They want to make, it's still nice to like the Almighty is a perfect example of natural progressive FOMO. Like they're also
You're
working.
not missing anything with the Almighty thing. I missed it. I still got to see it afterwards and really enjoyed it. And
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
like
really
that
good
wasn't
point.
a huge horrible thing for me. Like
But Starlight, you didn't get the emblem.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, you can just
Everyone
go
can get it.
there
You
after
just
and
go
get
to
it.
the
What?
crater.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
you just go to the
bullshit!
crater. Man.
You thought it was just for people there? I kind
I
of think
thought it
it
was just
should
for
have been,
people there.
because an emblem has no effect on gameplay, right?
Yeah,
I feel like that wouldn't have been a bad
yeah, but
decision,
I can kind
whatever.
of see
I
where they're
don't
coming
care.
from with the whole FOMO thing. But anyway,
I'm happy. I'm just happy to have
it's
been there.
yeah, same here. All
Um,
2 hours that you were there streaming the entire thing, like fuck.
yeah. So removing FOMO, continuing to improve and introduce transmog into the game. He said they're gonna take another look at. I couldn't quite understand what he said, but it sounded like they're gonna improve the quest log a little bit more.
Interesting. Okay.
Dark title screen, so it's not like when you're like 12 at night and you're like, I should be in bed, but I want to play Destiny. You light it up. It's like, oh, I can't see. Yeah. This is really big. This would have been a deal breaker for me. 60 FPS 4K on the Series X and PS5. 4K I would have been okay without, but 60 FPS was a must have for me. Even if I play on PC, I would have been like, Bungie, I'm almost going to not play just out of solidarity for my console friends. Yeah, Harry Peppers points out Mark and Luke handled it well. Mark Noseworthy was also amazing. I keep saying Luke Smith, but Mark was also there, and he was a large part of the success of the reveal.
Yeah.
Intergeneral crossplay, so between Xbox One and Xbox Series X.
It straight up sounded like you said intergenital crossplay right there.
Intergenerational. Crossplay between Xbox One and Xbox Series X, as well as PS4 and PS5. Excuse me. And they straight out said that next year they want to introduce crossplay across all platforms.
Yes, so excited.
Yeah,
that would go. I don't know about that because I suck.
Yep.
I have two very specific things. If I need to grind out strikes for the Starlight grind,
yeah,
I'm doing it. I'm focusing on the Starlight grind, even though it's at a detriment to load times, at a severe detriment to load times. I'm doing it on console because I'm better than people who play on console. So
all right, fuck you, Starlight. That's a direct middle finger to me directly.
So they can come up
double
on
birds,
console
bud.
and they're just like, I'm gonna kill everything, and I'm just like, haha, I'm faster than you. No, you're not, because I'm just better. But then if I switch over to, there is a drastic difference between me getting 236 kills on console, going to the same strike and getting like maybe 115. Like I need to get kills. Like kills per second is what matters for me when I'm grinding out the Starlight grind. So
Starlight,
I don't. Huh?
No, I was gonna say finish your thought there for a second.
Well, if I'm on PC, people are better than me, and I'm not afraid to admit that. But you know what? This thing gives me a decent edge on console, which is helpful because bumpers are insane. These paddles make my life so much easier. I don't have that same advantage.
his Elite controller, by the way, is what he held up.
I have my Elite controller, which is refurbished now because I broke it.
Starlight, to claim that you're better than people, don't you actually have to be good at the game?
I don't see where you're going with this.
Your Crucible stats are garbage.
My Crucible stats are great. I sent you a
What's your
clip of me
Crucible
getting
stat?
it. I have a
What's-
positive KD, which is better than a lot of people. Also, hey, I aced a bunch of people in elimination the other day, so
Oh, good for
double
you.
birds, buddy.
So another thing that they're
1v1
introducing
me, bro.
that is going to be an incredibly powerful tool in their hands.
Mountains in the
Fucking
chat.
mountains in the chat.
I
Dad,
want my dads to stop fighting. um,
It's not your fault, son. You're dad, and I love you very much.
I do think I think we should actually talk about it a little bit longer because it's also interesting. So, okay, first of all, in PvP, obviously, it should be something that you can choose to turn on and off, right?
Okay.
Consoles shouldn't have to be going up against. Well, unless actually, unless they introduce an FOV slider, they're gonna have 60 FPS on Series X. What else? Custom button mapping, which they now have.
Yeah.
That's and the option to have ADS and hip fire sensitivity be different.
Ooh.
Those are like the things. They've hit 2 of the 4 things that I think they need to in order to just have console play against PC and PvP.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But what I also wonder about, obviously the Series X will be much stronger, but in general, PCs are always going to be a little bit faster than the consoles, and they will definitely PC will be faster than an Xbox One.
Yeah.
So what if you're on PC and you get loaded into a strike with someone on console, but it takes them like fucking probably I would say about 10 times longer to load in to the strike? Like that's gonna affect
I don't
you.
have strike wait times on my PC. It's like if I'm match made, I'm
Yeah,
in.
it's so quick.
There are no wait times for strikes.
Oh, I encountered the weirdest fucking thing today.
Yeah.
So I was running a couple of taken eggs just to kill some time with my Wishender bow. I kept trying to load into the corrupted strike over and over and over again. Have you guys had the thing where you'll load in and you'll like I loaded in at the start of a fucking lost sector and the strike refused to start?
It's because people are using the strikes now to grind out bounties. Like if you're doing strikes in the EDZ, you can just the wellspring or the dam strike in the EDZ, you can forego that strike entirely. That was most of the Starlight grind, was me hoping that I would get loaded into that strike solo so that I could just stay in the spawn area and just be like, oh, infinitely spawning Cabal and Fallen. I'm just going to get every single strike bounty that I need that's based on weapon kills, every single Banshee bounty based on weapon kills, and I would just do that. But I loaded into the Tangled Shore, and people were spawning in trying to get that weekly Scorn kills, the Banshee bounty, by just repeating the like nearby lost.
I mean, it makes sense, but like the strike mechanics in the beginning hadn't even kicked in yet. Like I tried to go into the spot where you go into the Ascendant Realm, where you go through that doorway. I hit an invisible wall, and nothing had spawned in. I was like, this is fucking weird. Wasn't the only time it had happened as well. And the guys that were in there were just kind of sitting there. Like literally, one guy pulled out his chair and just sat.
Weird.
So, anyway, yeah. That's all I have to say.
Anyways, so moving on to the next really big thing. This is huge. So like I said, it's gonna be a massive tool in the hands of Bungie. Starlight, that face is the worst. I hate.
It's even better because I'm shaved now, so the wrinkles go all the way down.
God.
So Bungie is going to be introducing the Destiny Content Vault. So I kind of talked about this earlier, but basically this is going to allow them to take stuff that's in the game currently that is not being played. So, for example, a Leviathan raid. I can't remember the other thing. Oh, actually, here I can find out.
Leviathan, Io, Mars, Nessus. Leviathan, Io, Mars.
Mars, Io, Titan, Mercury, and Leviathan, and their supported activities are going to be taken out of the game and placed into the DCV, the Destiny Content Vault,
Yeah.
where they can tinker with them, make them new, introduce new mechanics, adjust any problems that they had, and then at a later date, if it fits and if they want to, they can reintroduce it into the Destiny environment.
Mhm.
And then at that point, to keep it a reasonable amount of memory for your console or PC to handle, they would be replacing content that would be getting removed that isn't being played anymore.
Yeah.
So
Well,
they're trying to keep it at a certain like file size.
Yeah,
and
and
work within that best functional file size.
yeah,
For the
and it also has the added benefit of meaning that if there's something wrong with it or if it's just stale, they have time and a place to work on it to freshen it up when they reintroduce it.
Well,
And it lets
Dirkovic,
them. Sorry.
I was gonna say Dirkovic brought up a really good point and said like, what did he say? What if I can scroll back in our chat real quick here? God, there's a lot of shit posts that we send each other. Like fuck everyone who got the DLC, I guess, and that's a good point actually. Like I am in favor of the Destiny Content Vault,
Yeah.
but people who actually like paid for the DLC at this point and then they just pull all that shit out.
Yeah.
I
How
can
much is the
see-
DLC, like the base DLC? Isn't it usually like $60?
I
Give or
just
take.
paid 38. I just paid 38 for the upgrade pass. So like
Right.
for both DLCs, it was
Yeah.
$38. But that was on sale from
Yeah.
$59.99.
Yeah, so I think usually the base DLC when it comes out is like $60. I might be wrong, but I think it's about that. So when did Leviathan come out? And when did Red War come out? And
26 no 20
Yeah.
2016.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
it was 2016.
Curse of Osiris, which is Mercury.
Yeah.
Osiris
It's
DLC.
so yeah, I can kind of see where my brother is coming from and being disappointed, like in that, like he's especially with new players, like they might have just bought the DLC and everything, then they find out like in 3 or 4 months they're pulling a lot of shit. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
well, I think that if Bungie's going to go through with this, then the stuff that they reintroduce, they cannot charge as DLC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would have
Oh,
to put it back in for free. Otherwise,
yeah.
people would there would be a gigantic uproar.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So yeah, right now, well, Beyond Light is $70. So let's say yeah, when Red War came out, it was about 70. It was 2016, was it now 2020? 4 years. That's usually what you would expect as a lifetime of a game, right?
That's
Like-
actually a fair point. Yeah.
Like when did fucking Battlefield 5 come out? That was like 2 years ago, wasn't
Ooh.
it?
Battlefield 5, not even, man.
That feels outdated to me even at 2 years. Like
Dude, Battlefield 5, the World War II one, could not have been more than 2 years. I 2 years, it still seems a lot to me. I'm gonna say like end of 2018, early 2019.
Available November 20th, 2018. So basically start of 2019.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
just over a year old. Or no, I guess more like 2 years old. 2 years old, and it's already done.
we're
Yeah.
getting there.
Like so I think, yeah, I mean obviously if you just bought the DLC it's shitty, but if you bought it at the time, I think you've gotten more than
Oh yeah.
worth your money out of it. And I think he
Yeah.
did say that as well, either in the reveal or in the interview. He's like, we know this is gonna suck for some people.
Yeah.
And we're sorry. Like,
Yeah.
it's just that to
But-
make Destiny move in the direction it needs to move, like this is
For
what we have to
Destiny,
do.
Yeah. For it to continue to grow in the way that they want it to, this has to happen, and I do understand that.
I
And
almost sometimes this is like the Louis CK skit, not
Louis CK.
they just or wait
Oh,
no
yeah. My main man, Lewis.
is it I can't remember the comedian, right? That's him.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the well-known comedian Louis C.K.
Yeah. Anyways, his of
Louis
course
CK.
but maybe skit, like of course, but then the bet maybe is like your dark thought. So here's my of course everyone should be able to play Destiny. Every console, every platform should be able to play Destiny. But maybe if they're having so many memory issues, they should just move to PC. Of course they shouldn't. Of course they shouldn't. But maybe.
Doing my best. Actually, I got a tower.
A tower? Oh yeah, you're for your
case.
PC.
Yeah, I got a tower case for my PC.
Yeah.
So I officially have the first part of my I'm looking at it right now. Still in the box, but
yeah.
So this is where when I'm doing Cole's pricing list and the pricing list for other PC builds is like, I really want to just you kind of like biting that bullet and getting that SSD, like just that high quality, even if it's low capacity, but like a high quality SSD that can hold your big game files, like
Yeah.
Destiny. Or for me, like I am saving as many gigabytes as humanly possible for when Cyberpunk comes out on my SSD, because I want those read times. I want those like save file times. I want everything to happen quickly. And I want the same connectivity and like wonderful amazingness that I get in Destiny, but I want it in a game. I feel like the whole point of Cyberpunk is that you're never supposed to have load screens. That's something that they've talked about, which means that they're going to be utilizing a lot of.
How the fuck did we get here as a conversation point?
We're talking about SSD read and write speeds. Okay, it's important.
Are we?
Okay. Anyway,
this is where the stats for the Xbox Series X comes into play as well, which
even with the PlayStation 5, which is rated as like a best-in-class read time for its memory, like as far as memory speeds go.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about that. So do you
I don't know
anything?
Much. I won't talk about it because I don't know enough either. But that's a big conversation. So I'll just move on. Rasputin has gone dark. We were talking about it a little bit before.
He fucking dead, bro.
Yeah.
Or is he?
Yeah. I feel like he's just more like cut off.
I have some shit to say about that.
So I kind of wish that was represented more in game, just as simple as Anna saying, "Oh my God, Guardian, Rasputin's dead. Give me a little while, and I'll get back to you on what the fuck is going on."
There's a very small mission called Rasputin fucking dies.
you just go to a coffin and lay a rose, and that's it.
Turning it on again.
Yeah.
I'm in with.
Yeah. You just go and flip a switch somewhere. And then obviously the new dungeon was introduced, which we played the trailer for earlier when Starlight was AFK. And the music is so fucking good. Kings and Creatures.
A big glowing orange ball of distorted brushes speak, it's just a fucking tombstone.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm done. Sorry.
So we're almost done. We're almost done. How much time you got there, Starlight? Or you got a jet to bed?
Oh boy, but I got some time. I will give you guys notice so we can talk about all this stuff. But apparently, one thing that I will say is that it looks like the PS5 is using commercial 825 gigabyte M.2 SSDs. So that'll hit 825 gigabytes, which is essentially it's a 1 terabyte with the operating software occupying like 175 gigabytes. But it's an M.2, which is the fastest type of SSD commercially available right now, and they're going to be hitting 5.5 gigabytes of input data per second.
That's going to be expensive.
It's not cheap.
It is weird.
But the fact that they're using M.2s makes me think, like, are we going to be able to do M.2 expansions on a PlayStation 5? Because M.2s aren't...
That'd be nice.
You can get external M.2 readers.
Yeah.
So what's stopping us from popping open our PlayStation and be like, you know what, this 1 terabyte's nice, but what about a 4 terabyte?
It'd be so smart for them too to make it like, hey, make it an option and be like, hey, bring it into your local Best Buy and we'll upgrade it for you for a small fee of $39.99. Like, it's just like a good commercial idea. Do you want to, just while I hit the last few points, do you want to look up the Xbox and see what kind of memory they have?
All I'm getting is Frigidaire refrigerators when I look up the art.
Okay, that was low hanging fruit, but
That's
that was
good.
fucking funny.
No,
Okay.
low hanging. That's that console, okay? Because it's not a PC.
Dr. Lupo's interview with
Try your
Luke
best.
Smith. Basically, he went over, he said, obviously, they've learned many lessons from the Almighty Live event in terms of how to introduce it, how to give people heads up as to what to expect and what times they should expect. They also mentioned they're looking at maybe sprucing up titles, because Lupo asked, like, people want stuff to grind for, like the heavy grinders of the Destiny community, and so they were like, for as an example, he said, what about titles that had levels to them and you could gain higher and higher levels? And he said, yeah, so they're looking at sprucing up titles and maybe giving you like extra layers to grind towards in those titles. Well, another big one that they did say,
Ginger?
they talked about this in the reveal, but I forgot to mention that back then. Stasis will have which is the new subclass. Stasis, the darkness subclass.
Yeah, right. We have
We'll
that to talk about too. Yo.
will have more customization than current subclasses, which may eventually spread to those other subclasses. They're just going to use Stasis as a
Wait,
experiment.
I'm sorry. Say that again.
Stasis will have more customization than our current subclasses, and that customization may eventually spread to other subclasses as well. But they're going to use Stasis as an experiment first. Ooh. Learn their lessons, and then introduce it to like the solar subclass, the arc subclass. Also, yes, hello Ginger in the chat. You've woken from your nap. Oh,
so
I'm sorry we woke you, I guess.
Awesome, Ginger. Awesome to have you back. But let's get right the fuck back to Stasis and say that it'll have more customization. Do you think that Destiny 1 style
stop slapping your desk
customization is coming back?
I mean, well, that's what he said, right? Like, I mean, maybe not. Obviously, it's not going to be exactly the same,
but something similar, I hope. Oh
yeah, there's going to be more customization than what we currently have. It's not going to be a set triangle that you choose and you're stuck with that. You're going to be able to pick and choose a little bit more.
So I'm starting to see Destiny return to the form that they've said they've wanted to do for a while. I'm not going to say their split from Activision was the catalyst point for that, and then everything was fucked for about a year.
Yeah.
But they're starting to get back there, man. I've got a really good hope for Destiny coming in the future.
I do think they were like basically crossing their fingers that they were gonna have enough money to pay the rent for the next month for a little while there. like I think they were at that point. Like, like I'm sure they had it all planned out and they knew that they weren't, but you never know. Ginger, I want them to bring the old shader system back. I've been playing for like 4 days and I already hate the shaders. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with it is that you look at the emblem of the shader and you don't really know what the hell that means. Exactly. Like you're like, oh, I like these 4 colors, and then you put it on and there's like some random color that appears out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my god, this is the ugliest thing ever. Why is this?
I will say that doesn't happen often, but I see where you're coming from. But the shaders don't show up where you expect them to be. I would expect like the shader in the top corner and going like counterclockwise to be the ones that show up most frequently.
Yeah, it seems it's so random as to where they like what part of the armor they apply to, and
well, like the same 4 colors in one configuration in a different shader, same colors could look completely different just because it doesn't have anything to do with like what portion of the armor this shader is going to populate.
Yeah.
But
I would at least like an apply to all button. That's the least that I ask.
I was just gonna say an apply to all would be fantastic, but
for
also
armor, but leave weapons separate.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. But what I will say is that what I really want to see is I want to what I really want to see is like if they could do shaders which you can preview, and then it's like preview alt. Like preview alt, and then it's like the same colors, but maybe like an inverse of how they're applied.
Cool. That's a really good idea.
because then it's just switching the values in the code, right? Like you're
Yeah.
switching, instead of like this color goes to this portion of your percentage of the armor, it's just you
In-
flip those values.
Yeah, I like
and
that idea.
that shouldn't be too hard.
Ginger in chat, and be able to access any shader I've had, and not lose a shader when I get a different armor. I'm about to blow your fucking mind, Ginger. If you go to your collections and go to Flare, I think it's titled. I think it's the bottom right of your collection tabs. You can go in and find all the shaders that you've ever found.
Yep.
Yeah. And then you can just
did you actually not know that?
you can just select it from there and pull it there.
Yeah.
There's
It
also
does cost.
like a
It
very-
does cost.
It's
like-
like
yeah,
it's
like
not
some
much.
glimmer.
And glimmer.
yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways, but that's nothing. But
okay, I want to talk more about Stasis.
fresh fuck.
Um,
Ginger, welcome to Destiny.
I want to talk more about
Also,
Stasis.
Harry Peppers, just real quick, said, give me a color wheel to make my own. I can scream too, Newt. Just give me a color wheel to make my own damn shaders.
Can you?
Great idea.
Can you? Can you? Can
Dad,
you scream?
stop fighting.
Okay, he's in a timeout now. He's gonna be muted for 1 minute.
Oh, snap.
Okay, so I want to talk more about Stasis.
So actually, Harry Pepper's in the chat. He's just saying, just give me a color wheel and I'll make my own damn shaders. So
Hey, listeners, just you and me now. The other two had to be put in a timeout for a little while. So we're gonna come back in a bit, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about Stasis because I know Cole definitely wants to talk more about that. But some really, this is huge. This is really, really important news, and I really wish the other two could talk about it, but unfortunately, they're just dedicated servers are a no. They are not going to happen. Also, this is especially big news, and again, I know these two are gonna love this, and they really want to talk about it, but they should have behaved. Beards. So there is probably going to be something down the road for character customization. You're going to be able to change the look on your characters, be it hair or makeup or eye color or beards. Yeah, and you guys are not muted anymore, by the way.
Awesome.
So as soon as they introduce the Drifter, by the way, Harry Pepper's in the chat saying, just give me a color wheel and I'll make my own damn shaders. But, no, as soon as they introduce the Drifter has facial hair, so
yeah,
why not give it to your Guardians, right?
It's actually kind of staggering that you can't do this more in games across the board. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
You can do it in Animal Crossing for
you can do it in a lot of games. I
I
would say the majority of games actually you can adjust your, unless it's like about a specific character, obviously. But even then, like in Mario, well, actually, I was gonna say you can get sombreros and stuff, but that's kind of more like that's like armor.
You have to go to a salon, get the haircut, all that.
Oh
shit.
no, not the salon.
Skyrim, you can't do that. Skyrim, you technically can. You can pay like 1,000 septims to go to like the face sculptor or something like that. But that was added back in Dawnguard.
That was a DLC, yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, it's good to see that this is coming back. And
can you imagine Zavala just with a big curly mustache?
Yes.
Mods
coming when?
Do you guys have anything to say about dedicated servers? Or no, they're not. They're not coming. The plan is to not have them.
I don't know enough about the subject to comment on it. It seems to be working pretty well so far. So
yeah, I think I would be more upset about it if they hadn't started using the Steam servers or whatever it's called. It's like I think that's what I've started doing, right? You can no longer see people's IP, I think, on PC anyways. Like you can't DDoS people on PC. Okay, so that's the end of my notes, but did you guys, I'm assuming you guys, that was disgusting.
Starlight, are you okay?
I'm not.
Dude,
I'm not.
the claw has not been kind to you.
No, I'm getting clobbered. Oh, by the way, so
you know what? The third time you said it, it's finally funny.
Yes.
Oh my
But
god.
so I will go back to the Series X. The Series X does specify so far that it has a removable storage expansion card
Oh
for up to 2
yeah,
terabytes.
I forgot about that.
I'm wondering, and it does say that their initial storage is a 1 terabyte custom NVMe SSD. So I'm wondering if they're going to end up getting like if it's just going to be essentially like the PCLE slot that we have in our motherboards, if it's going to be a similar functioning like M.2 drive holder for motherboards, but just something that we could slot into an Xbox.
Yeah. Sorry if there's a bit of no. Yeah, I totally forgot that Xbox was introducing like a removable. I think that's a really good idea.
Yeah, I mean, depending on how easily accessible, like, is it removable? Like, my internal hard drive is technically removable.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I need
That's
to
true.
I need to get like a 6-point hex screw to take apart my laptop, but it's
Boring.
technically a removable hard drive, you know?
Yeah. Okay, did you guys want to talk any more about Stasis?
Kind of actually. Yeah,
What's that again?
Stasis is the new subclass that's coming in
Beyond Light.
what?
There you
Beyond Light.
go. You
I
can
can
do-
never remember.
I
No,
think it's
don't know.
because they put so many names out there all at once, like the next season and then the next DLC and the 2 after that. And it's like it's a little hard to keep track of everything.
What's
What-
happening in my life right now in terms of Destiny? You guys know the gif of the girl looks like this, and she's got hot dogs like just being thrown at her from all directions. That's me and Destiny content, right?
Yeah. I think that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
So why don't we okay, so for the Hunter, the Stasis Super looks kind of like, and this was shown in the reveal. Yeah, you got like, it's so fucking cool actually. It's like 2 ice picks. And
Yeah.
I assumed initially I was like, oh fuck, it's just gonna be like swish blades like the void blades. But no, you throw them, it looks like, and they have like an area of effect. And then also I think I saw it looked like grenades. I'm hoping it's kind of like oh, I don't remember the name of it. The grenade in Halo 5 that like that Halo 5, Halo 4.
Which one?
The one where you like it's like you throw a grenade and it's kind of like a miniature black hole kind of effect that goes on.
Oh fuck, that was called the the Promethean grenade.
Yeah, the Promethean grenade. But so I'm hoping that it looks like it's something kind of like that anyways. Do one of you two are 2 titans in the stream? What did you see from the titans?
Oh, I know what I saw.
Yeah.
Well, please continue because I was just like,
Oh, sorry. I
I
need to do a thing for Harry Peppers real quick here. I just need to the hot dog face. That's not going to come back to haunt me ever.
No.
No, but
Never
the
again.
Titans. So the hunters had those 2 ice picks. Like honestly, man, that flourish with the
Yeah,
ice
the
pick,
swirl, like
fucking thing. It's so good. They didn't actually showcase it in like gameplay itself. It's like in the last screenshot that you got of the 3 of them, very Taken King-esque. Titans got just 2 gigantic fists.
yeah.
It looks like our super is literally like Bungie is playing straight into the meme, and we're just gonna punch shit. We're gonna be able to punch shit at just a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, I think
It's like a scrawny 11-year-old kid wearing those green Hulk gloves.
yeah, that's what I was trying to think of, like what it reminded me of. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty
Right.
example. Or
I have the power of God and anime on my side, which brings us to the Warlocks.
Yeah, so I didn't pay too close attention, but you have like a rod, a staff, it looks like, that shoots out stuff, basically. I don't know much more
We all
beyond
do.
that. I don't know much more beyond that.
Shit joke, Starlight. Bad joke. Bad you.
Okay, well, I've reached the end of everything that I had. So I guess you guys are now in charge of the podcast.
All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and mute
Hey,
mute here
no.
real quick
Oh, yeah.
for some-
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do
sorry.
this.
Okay, so now that that's done, hi guys, back at you, boy. Here at
With
Starlight and
back
the
at you, other boy,
Colossus.
with Colossus as well. What's up? What's up, gamers? It's me, your boy. It's me with the other boy.
Yeah.
Starlight.
So
I
really
hate
importantly, I think it's first off, I think it's very important um, that we just acknowledge that Animal Crossing is the superior form of video game entertainment. And okay, this has gotten on too long. Newt, we need you back.
See what happens when we get a small bit of
Okay,
power.
Newt, you're back. Please help.
I mean,
I can't keep him on track, man. He just keeps going off.
well, like I said, that was the end. The only thing I really had left is Cole's lore corner.
Or
Cole's
like a
lore corner.
Lorner, am I right? No, it's
Cole Lorner.
Cole Lorn. No, my god, that sounds horrible.
Plorner.
Lorner.
Anyways.
No, guys, it's chloroform because it's gonna put you to sleep.
In 5 minutes.
In 5, great.
Cole, please.
Yeah, what's up?
Save us.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
Only one Kolobi.
Yeah.
Only-
Wait,
Do you have lore?
Newt said he needs me.
I said
Please tell me you
save
recorded
us.
it.
You have
Moving
lore. Do you have lore? Lore. Lore?
Yeah. I got lore. Who do
Okay.
you think I am? I've got fucking lore. Of course, I got lore.
Okay.
Have
Do
you
you have
heard of?
more lore?
Hey, Ginger, can
Have you-
you... Oh, never mind, actually. Never mind. We're good. Continue.
Have you heard of the Deep Stone Crypt?
Yes.
For those of you who are not aware, the Deep Stone.
Dude, it's so bad today. I don't know what's going on.
Are we talking like English style? Are we talking like with some white chocolate and raspberry? What kind of deep scone are we talking about?
Pumpkin.
The deep scone crypt. I'm horrified for you.
Is supposedly where the first EXO program was ever created by Clovis Bray. Now, the Deep Stone Crypt has popped up a few times in Destiny lore. One that people would probably remember the most is during the Ace of Spades quest, where to get the Ace of Spades, Cade leaves a bunch of spoiler, Cade fucking dies. Cade leaves a bunch of letters. Oops. He leaves a bunch of letters for those who might have potentially killed him, and one of them was directed at the people who directed the Deep Stone Crypt. Supposedly on Enceladus, but that was retroactively fixed, and apparently we're going to the Deep Stone Crypt on Europa when we go to fight Aramis during the raid.
Wait, I thought the Deep Stone Crypt was on in Callidius.
Enceladus, yeah, that's exactly what I just said, Newt.
Oh, sorry, I was not paying attention, to be honest. I was looking at how cool it looked when I wobbled my head back and forth like this.
We're a lot of head wobbles right now. I like especially that I got this little shine right here because I'm so closely shaved right now.
Basically, the Deep Stone Crypt is where Exos go to get rebooted. So I've mentioned it before in previous podcasts where Exos will have a certain number after them: Cade 6, Banshee 44, Saint 14. This is how
1.
Ada. Well, no, she's different because she's actually not a Clovis Bray.
Shush you.
She's a hybrid of Clovis Bray tech and Black Armor tech. So,
hey, is that where Anna Bray went to when she was trying to figure out her past? Or was that somewhere else? Because I know it has something to do with with Exos. She went somewhere and she met an Exo. Dude, I wish. Oh, in Beyond Light is revealed that the Deep Stone Crypt is located on Europa. Okay. Oh, right. That's what you just said.
Bruh.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
So I wonder, because
I have so much to say.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done. Go ahead.
Oh god, no! It's not been mentioned much. That's all. I'm not going to read every single lore entry that I can't find my Discord right now, but that's fine. I'm not going to read every single lore entry, but it's mentioned in the the Liar lore book is mentioned in the Man They Call Cade lore book, which actually I think if you guys are all right, that's the one I'll read after I'm done with all this whole thing.
Uh-huh.
It's mentioned in the Winter's Guile exotic item. A lot of it revolves around Fellwinter, but the thing that you need to take from it is that the Deepstone Crypt is where where Exos go, but Exos don't dream when they sleep. They have
Oh.
visions. They have visions of themselves trying to reach a dark tower, very Stephen King-esque, which is kind of cool. But instead of crossing a field of roses, it's a battlefield, and they have to face an entire army before they get to the tower. They start off completely empty-handed. Eventually, they pick up a weapon along the way. But this entire army that they fight, that none of them ever talk about, that this dream that keeps reoccurring, is they fight everybody that they know. Their coworkers, their people that they work with, their fire teams, like people in the city, people they've seen, they've interacted with. That's what this army is made up of. And eventually they do reach the tower and everything, and that's supposedly where they like the Deepstone Crypt is supposedly this tower, quote unquote. But it's thought that the reason that they dream about this is because Exos were originally bred for war and killing, and that was their prime function, is they were made to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's there is like the Deepstone Crypt is actually pretty fucking cool, and I would highly suggest people go in and look at it, as I usually do. But I will read this one lore tab, unless you all have some shit to say before that.
Go ahead.
I don't want to. Okay. Sorry, I need some water. Hold on.
No worries. I'm just trying to find that what I was talking about, where she was trying to figure out her past and stuff.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
You getting thirsty there? Thirsty there, Cole?
Yeah, actually.
You going for this week's first official slurp?
No, I think that's your job.
Slurp.
There you go. Proud of you, bud. But the reason I want to bring up the Deepstone Crypt is because it has to deal with the recently deceased, not recently, it has to deal with Cade 6. And if you guys want more Cade 6 lore, I would suggest reading no, that's not what I wanted. Excuse me. The book called The Man They Call Cade. And it's just, man, it hits in all the feels. It's the Man They Call Cade is the journals that Cade leaves for his future selves.
Mm-hmm.
So every time Cade has left stashes and everything all across the galaxy, so that he can learn about himself. He can learn about his past, which I think is kind of cool. But regardless, this one is called All In from The Man They Call Cade.
Yeah.
And it reads as follows. Hey, kid. I know I don't write you very often, but it's better than never. It ain't easy for me to find the words. I mean, it is. I find them. But I know they're not always the right ones. Too much flash. Too much looking out for how I'm looking. Not enough just telling how it is. That's why I'm doing this, Ace. That's why you and me are having these words. Easier to say them than to scrawl them. This way, now that I'm doing it, it feels more honest. If I'm being... Anyway, it feels more true. Thing is, and I'm sorry it's like this, but I can only talk to you.
Oh, we're good. Sorry.
Okay.
Interesting.
I can only talk to you, in my mind. In my heart. This is how one-to-one works now. Father and son. Cade and his firecracker Ace. What am I doing? Reality is, ain't no telling who I'm talking to. Hell, could be me, the me after me. Could be me. Hi, me. Looking good. Sorry you can't remember all you can't remember. That's just an Exo's lot in life. Though, if you are me sitting on the other side, I gotta tell you, I never wanted this. You never wanted this. I made it real clear to the big Z, to Ikora, Banshee, Amanda, my pal Jimmy down at the ramen spot. If anyone ever finds that in the Deepstone Crypt thingy, so I'm going to try that again. That if anyone ever finds that Deepstone Crypt thingy, and it cuts off there, I stopped counting at 6, no higher. You hear me? No higher. I think there's just something about the number 7 that gives me the heebie-jeebies. Unlucky, overrated. I don't know. Just a number with a bad mojo in my book. So if you've got a 7 in tow or above, someone's changed the game. Someone's not playing nice. might want to do something about that. If you haven't listened to the earlier files, the start of this ramble, find him, hear him. You might not want to take lessons from an unknown reflection, but trust me, whatever kind of man you are, you can be better. Also, these are journals. Don't call them diary. Don't call them a diary. The three-eyed gal with a preference for deep holes and nightmares always calls them diaries. Don't take cues from her. Anyway, end of the day. New me, if that's you, you get to choose who and how you want to be. The hope is maybe I can guide you a bit, like the me before me did. And when you get to the part about the kid and the girl, my ace and my queen, they're yours too, by right, because they are all yours, a gift, and you'll be better for it. And if you don't feel that thing, that soft spot in the middle of all that circuitry, when you get to them, then if you are me, you aren't like me at all. And that means you're trouble. The good kind or the bad, impossible for me to know. All I can do is give you the tools to raise you right. That goes for you too, Ace, if you're listening. Hell, it goes for anyone. Strangers, old friends, new enemies. Learn from me. Be better than me. Because I'd really hate to think whoever you are is someone I wouldn't get along with. God damn.
Feels.
Oh boy. Yeah,
Man.
boy.
Um,
Holy shit.
sorry
Oh.
for the interruption in the middle there. I've just today
No, you're
found out something funny. So I've got our different, like our TWAB screen, our podcast screen, and our starting soon screen all connected to numbers on the keyboard. Turns out if you're in another program on another monitor and you're typing those numbers in, it still picks it up in Streamlabs and changes your screen.
Fantastic.
I had no idea. That's so weird. I don't know why that's
Hey,
a thing.
speaking of numbers that are wrong with the stream, Newt, you owe me like 6 burps.
Yeah, I know. I'll get to it eventually.
I
We're
haven't
gonna
been
go right
tracking
past
them
that.
yet.
All right, sure, fine.
I'll update it once we're all done.
You.
Okay, fine. I'll do it right now. Fucking hell.
So here's what you guys have to pull from this is that Cade has been leaving these journals and these stories for every one of his future iterations up until, well, but Cade 6 at this point had a gigantic vendetta with the Deepstone Crypt. He does not agree with what they're doing. And because of his superstition in the number 7 and that anybody beyond the number 7, he says they're bad news, that somebody's playing the game. I think that's a pretty good indication that after 6 or 7 resets, Exos start to kind of lose their mentality a bit. And I've covered this in previous episodes with Banshee 44. Like, holy fuck.
He's pretty much dementia, right?
Yeah.
You know, he is dementia, yeah. So the Deepstone Crypt aren't exactly good guys. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Well, my follow through with that is like, I don't think he was giving word of advice to people who like hey, if you know an exo with greater than number 7, he's saying, hey, if you're coming to me and you're Cade 7, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Like if you have a 7 in tow, as in if you have a 7 behind your name, something's wrong and you need to make some observations about shit. So I don't think he was saying all exos after 6 are going bad. But
that's actually a really good point I hadn't even considered.
Yeah, I think he's saying like if you have a 7 in tow, I've made my will to not be reset past 6 very clear. So
because we're going to the Deepstone Crypt in the new raid, and because Aramis
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't give me hope.
A turned Cade 7. Do you think Aramis will have been able to find the call them memory vaults of all the backlogged and back recorded exos that have ever gone through there? Do you think that she might have found a very powerful hunter, a Vanguard hunter specifically, and resurrected him as Cade 7?
Don't do that.
I hope not.
It's possible.
I like the idea, or I don't like the idea. I agree with a lot of people say, when Cade died, that was when Destiny regained its seriousness, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No,
Um,
I do agree with that, and I don't mean as
you don't mean
hurt.
like bring him
hurt.
back into the story and be like,
but
"Oh, I'm happy-go-lucky Kate again." Like, you mean like we
no.
might have to
I
fight
mean,
him kind of deal, I
we
think.
might have to fight him. Yeah,
Yeah, that would be
or it's
interesting.
like we'll have to fight him, but he'll be asking us to end him.
Yeah, like
So probably
the
don't.
Iron Lords
Don't you dare.
in Rise of Iron
Yeah,
kind of situation.
yeah. With their where we had to fight the three. Who
Winter
was
and
this?
two
It was
others.
Fellwinter, Scory, and I can't remember who the last one was.
Yeah.
Timur, maybe.
Um,
But yeah, I've like holy fuck. If like I want them to build Aramis to be this technological genius and be able to like fuck with us because she
yeah,
has access to a Clovis Bray facility out on Enceladus. Sorry, not Enceladus, Europa.
yeah. Um, I do find it interesting too. Maybe they'll just leave it, or maybe they'll use it to create a different story. But isn't it Telesto that has the code in it for it's on in however you pronounce it, Enceladus?
Enceladus.
Enceladus. I think
Let
it's
me look it
Telesto,
up.
or it's like there's some piece of armor or a weapon that has that code in it. Um, Also, I think I was wrong. I think it was actually on Hellas Basin that I was thinking of, where Anna Bray was trying to discover her past, and she ended up fighting off against an EXO in it as well and stuff.
Hmm.
Oh,
speaking of Anna Bray and Exos, Rasputin isn't dead, guys, for the record.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
we wouldn't. They wouldn't just be like in. They wouldn't kill him in a cutscene.
No.
No, they wouldn't do our boy dirty like that.
Anna and her ghost Jinju managed to salvage a small part of him and put him into a not prismatic. There's a certain kind of engram that was specific to Clovis Bray.
oh,
And they
that's
managed
cool.
to salvage. Sorry.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah. It's in one of the recent lore. I think it was either on the site itself, or you had to kind of go looking for it. But they, yeah, Anna and Jinju managed to salvage parts of Rasputin, and Anna sent a bunch of supplies, and she took everything she could from Clovis Bray and set up an entire supply ship fit to bursting, quote unquote, and sent it to the tower. And on that ship was an experimental Clovis Bray exoframe.
Oh, I
We're
was just
going
reading
back
about that.
Yep. We're going back to original D1 story plots here, boys. We're going to see Rasputin in an exoframe, guaranteed.
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that for sure.
That's
I
gonna
definitely
be
want to read through that.
wonky.
There's a lot of lore that got dropped with the recent
Yep.
stuff.
If I'm right, I will get the Warmind. I will get the Warmind symbol tattooed on my body if I'm right about that.
You heard it here first. Time marker. We are sitting at a solid 1 minute or 1 hour 54 seconds into this stream, and you heard it here. Colossus getting the Warmind tattoo when Rasputin shows up in an exo body in a Clovis Bray facility.
Speaking of the time,
Oh, Jesus Christ!
so we wrap up and like you go to bed.
Well, a small piece of news that just I have a thing set up, just for reasons that not really because I want to spend the money, but because like if I can, I will. I have a alert set up to let me know when Oculus Rift S's come into stock.
Oh yeah.
And not that this lovely machine, hi, love you, mwah, baby. Not that it isn't fantastic, but I want to be able to like grab shit.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I miss the tactile experience of the controller.
Right.
And I'm gonna supplement that by having a Rift S just came back into stock for $10 below MSRP. So who knows why that's happening, but
Also,
cool. So you check out Starlight Cooks and Starlight VR hitting you live on another Destiny podcast.
I'm just gonna drop it in real quick there in terms of Destiny 1 story points that we're getting back to. Back in the original trailer of Destiny 1, we had Aldrin, who was deemed the Crow back at that point, looking at us and like pointing a gun
Right.
at us and saying, "This is how we talk in the wild." It's like, ooh.
Yeah.
With the Cosmodrome coming back and Aldrin being resurrected, as he doesn't know who he is, we've got
Crow could be his name.
he's gonna be Crow. He's gonna be the Crow, I think. There's people are kind of going nuts over this, but I
Crow.
really hope that's the direction they're going with this.
Um,
And have him not be a good guy, not be a bad guy, but be some like an outlander.
yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Basically, I
Um,
fucking love Destiny. I fucking love what they've dropped on us, and god damn it, I'm so excited to see where the next couple of years take us.
Me too.
so everybody that dropped by in the live chat, thank you so much. We really love y'all. Everybody who has dropped a follow, thank you. It really helps us feel like we're doing something important with our lives. And that
We
also
know we're
goes
not.
to all our Spotify listeners and our Spotify followers. Thank you so much. We appreciate all the support. And thank you for being patient with us while over the past little while we've been struggling to keep our schedule on track. I think it feels like it's starting to fall back into a more regular routine now.
Yeah, we're keeping it.
Fridays 8 p.m. works for me. So.
Yeah. And oh yeah, so you can check us out on Twitter at Podcast Destiny. That's the main account. So you're a little stingy with those follows. I'm looking at you, but I understand. And you can just go find our Twitter page, and whenever we go live, it's posted on there. So if that's a little bit easier for you, if you're a little bit more open with your Twitter follows, that works as well. Where can people find you, Starlight?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ADP Starlight. Also, I was informed that I told my family because I was up island today that I was gonna have to come back down to get this podcast done, and I was immediately swamped with like, "You're listening to a podcast," and I'm like, "No."
No.
I was immediately swamped with the, "What is it? Who do you do it with? Why are you doing it? What are you talking about? What do you talk about? What's going on? We would love to watch. Can we watch? What's it called? What are you called? Do you go
Oh
by your real
boy.
name?" So,
Dude, send them the
uh,
fucking link. I've already done that with my family.
So-
They don't watch fuck all.
yeah, but I have other things that I need to consider about. I just recently had to talk to a family friend about posting some stuff on social media about me that I don't like being public knowledge, and it was like, "Hi, I remember that we've already had this conversation because it was the last thing we talked about when you did this last time.
But
But
I'm
you've done
gonna
this
reiterate,
twice. You've done this twice now. Are you okay? Do you need
let's
help?
not.
Could you not, please?" So promptly deleted everything relating to that. But yeah, no, so just in case though, hi mom. Hi sister Starlight.
My mom actually showed up for one cast, like way in the beginning.
Yeah.
It was really
Yeah.
sweet of her.
But-
Haven't seen her in the chat since.
So they
I'm not
don't-
even kidding.
my sister was on. I told her that we had a Spotify, like we were on Spotify, and she's going by, she's like, "I'm under the game section on Spotify podcasts, I'm gonna find you." And I'm just like, you realize that's sorted by
No, you're not.
popularity, right?
yeah. Do
I
the
don't think
inverse, and it'll be
fucking
so much
I don't
quicker.
think you can scroll down that far.
Sort
But
by
she's-
unpopular.
She's going through it. And she's just like, "Oh, is it a Fortnite podcast? I know you play that." I'm just like, "Yeah, 3 years ago." So I essentially just told my sister that she was never gonna find me. But if she did, hi.
And good job. That's
Also, you can find
dedication.
me- So just here's your reward. You can find me on Twitter at ADP Starlight. You can find me on Xbox Starlight Falcon. She knows my Xbox.
Bold of
gamer
you to
tag,
assume
so-
she lasted this long into the podcast, man.
Right? That's the thing. I was just like, seriously, like Lady Starlight was just like, "It's not something that you want to be involved with. It's fine." I was just like, this is true. But yeah, you can find me Twitter at ADP Starlight, Xbox Starlight Falcon. Spell it like it sounds. And you can find me one of these days. I'm just gonna post my Switch code like up there. I'm pretty sure I did in the chat last time. But yeah, come to my island. My island is Isla Carona. You can come and I will.
Fuck's sake.
If you steal my turnips, I will hunt you down.
Cole,
Where
where can people find you?
Cole, where can people find you?
in a game that actually fucking matters on this podcast. You guys
Oof.
can find me on Xbox, the Space Colossus.
Wait, don't you have a PC yet?
Working on it.
He has one piece. On our
I
way
got
there.
one piece. start.
Gaio.
It's more than I had last week. So
Yeah, that's true.
That's an anime reference for all you anime watchers in the chat.
Okay. Well,
cool. You can also find me on Twitter at ADP Colossus. That's 1L, 3 S's. I'll let you figure out where those go.
I like that. Can we do that from now on? You can find me on Twitter at ADP Colossus. It's spelled with 3 S's, 2 O's, an L, a U, a P, a D, and an A. It's kind of like a puzzle. You got to figure it out yourself from here on out.
It's like a beautiful mind. It's just like things floating in and figuring shit out.
Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's where y'all can find me. Hit me up on Xbox so we can game some stuff. Hit me up on Twitter so that I can yell at you. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. Also, I really have to pee, so can we wrap this up?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. You can find me on Twitter and on Twitch at ADP Newt. The E is a 3, and I've been streaming a lot more lately, so there will actually be content there for you to come and observe. Alrighty. Thank you to everyone who's made it this far. You're the champs. Hey, we're about to do something new and weird that I've never done before, so I might do it wrong.
Wait, you what now?
We are going to set up a raid. So I have just chose this guy randomly on the Twitch directory because he's only got 7 viewers right now. So, 5 years will actually mean something to him. So just hop in, say hello, give a follow. It'll make their day, I'm sure.
And it's only somebody else's raid.
Yeah, it's only a minute of a day. So it's only a minute of your day, of your time. So, it's a small act on your part to really brighten someone's day. So,
and guardians are always there for each other.
Let's hope I do this right. Raid space roll V.
Oh, I gotta pee. All right, I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Nice to have you all on the stream. Bye.
Remember, you always have time for another Destiny podcast.
Yep, that's true. Here we go. We're raiding because I did it right. Bye, guys. See you on the other side.